If you're anything like me, well, then you also hate hopping out of bed in the morning and your legs basically giving out on you from a hardcore leg day the day before. Now, thankfully, massages are pretty easy to get nowadays, especially in the form of a massage gun. But since there's so many for you to choose from, I figured I'd go ahead and compare two of my favorites on the market, the Theragun Prime and the Hyperice Hypervolt 2. What is up, everybody? It's Jake back in the BarBend garage gym with another comparison review for y'all today. This time, I've got the Theragun Prime and the Hyperice Hypervolt 2. In this review, I'm gonna compare both of these massage guns and help you decide which one needs to be in your hands. All right, so before I get started today, I have to let you know, we've reviewed a lot of massage guns on BarBend.com. And if you wanna browse our best list, just go ahead and search BarBend, best massage guns, and you can find out for yourself which ones that we like the best. Okay, so let's kick this off with the similarities between these two massage guns. First and foremost, they both offer powerful percussive massages. If you don't know what a percussive massage is, it's essentially rapid and repetitive pressure that's applied by the massage heads mixed in with vibrational therapy from the motors in the massage guns. Both of these massage guns have powerful percussive speeds for you to use to work out any soreness that you may be experiencing from, a hardcore training session or even just life in general. We all tend to get pretty stiff sometimes. So this is a really good way to work out that soreness that you may be experiencing. Both of these massage guns come with multiple attachments for you to use. This is gonna be great. It's gonna add some variety to your massages. That way you can focus on specific parts of your body and really get back to feeling like your normal self. There's a companion app provided by both of these companies, which is super helpful in my opinion, because they're full of guided routines that show you how to properly use the massage gun. I'm gonna dig into all of that in just a minute, but it's really cool because all the routines are gonna be based off of the activities that you participate in, so it's really gonna be based around you specifically. Now, both of these massage guns also have Bluetooth capabilities. They can be paired up with that companion app. That way you can control the speed setting directly through your phone, which is also really cool. And lastly, both of these massage guns are actually available for the exact same price. Okay, so let's talk about those differences between these two massage guns. There's actually a lot more differences than there are similarities. So let's talk about the actual design first and foremost. I think it's pretty clear, you can see that they're pretty different, right? So with the Theragun Prime, you have an ergonomic handle right here, which is technically 3 different handles built in one with this triangle design. And with the Hypervolt 2, you only have one handle right here. So it's obviously pretty different. The attachments are also different as well. So with the Theragun Prime, these are a little bit more forgiving in my opinion than with the Hypervolt 2 because they're softer, right? So with the Hypervolt 2, the majority of these are made from a hard plastic. So that's obviously gonna hurt if you accidentally hit a bone, which I definitely wouldn't recommend you do that. Now, with the Theragun Prime attachments, don't get me wrong, I know I said they're more forgiving, they're a little bit softer. They're made from like a foam type of material, but they still pack a punch. Don't get it twisted whatsoever. So you can definitely work out those deep knot issues in your deep tissue that you might have. The Theragun Prime actually has more speed settings than the Hypervolt 2, so it's 5 to 3. So you technically do have a little bit more versatility with your speed settings, but the Hypervolt 2 has a longer battery life. So Hypervolt 2 is gonna last you around 3 hours, while the Theragun Prime is designed to last you about 2 hours. Now, that battery life for both of them is going to change depending on what speed setting you have it on, as well as how much pressure you're applying to your body, so keep that in mind. Now, both of these massage guns are gonna show you how much battery life is left, but they do it in different ways. So with the Theragun Prime, you have 3 different LED lights above the speed changer, while with the Hypervolt 2, you have an LED light at the base of the handle. It's gonna change colors as it starts to die on you. So when it's green, it's fully charged. It's gonna cycle to yellow, then orange, then red as it dies. Now, the charging is gonna be different as well. So with the Hypervolt 2, it's gonna take you about 3 hours for it to fully charge. While with the Theragun Prime, it's about 1.5 hours or so. Now, I know I mentioned both of these massage guns do come with a companion app. Super helpful. Yeah, they're pretty similar in the way they function, but they're also pretty different. So With the Theragun Prime, you actually have a little bit more options for you to choose from. And the way everything is done with the guided routines is pretty different as well. So the Hypervolt 2 is gonna have guided videos of somebody actually using the massage gun, and you're supposed to follow along during that time. With the Theragun Prime, you're gonna have diagrams on where you need to position the massage gun, as well as which direction for it to go in. Now, I don't think one's better than the other, but it's a little bit different, so it's definitely something worth mentioning. And lastly, as you can tell, Hypervolt 2 is just bigger overall, so it may be a little bit more difficult if you want to take it on the road. All right, so let's talk about the money now. As I mentioned earlier, both of these massage guns are available for the same price, which is right around $300. Now, you can purchase both of these from the Therabody website or the Hyperice website. There's some other options out there for you as well. You can head over to various websites and they actually do carry these massage guns. And those are gonna vary in terms of financing. You can definitely finance these purchases. It's gonna split up into either 4 interest-free payments or monthly payments for up to 2 years for some of those options. So just check it out and just kind of see how you're feeling and what works best for you specifically. Now, comparing these to the rest of the market, I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty expensive, right? $300 for a massage gun, that's not cheap. So definitely more designed for somebody who's gonna use it, on a daily basis for the most part. But because of the multiple attachments, because of how effective they are, I personally think both of these are worth that price tag. Okay, so let's talk about the build now and some of the features that you'll find with the Theragun Prime. Let's talk about the build first and foremost. Made from a hard plastic. It feels really sturdy in my hands, doesn't feel too creaky, I guess you could say, like some plastic. You know what I'm talking about, you know how that feels. Now, feels like it can handle some bumps and bruises if you were to drop it. Be careful still because it is plastic, but I think it's gonna be okay on the off chance it does fall out of your hands. I really like this ergonomic handle right here. 3 different handles basically in one. This front grip is about 6 inches in diameter, while the back one and the bottom one are about 4.5 inches in diameter. So a little bit of variety right there. It's about 8 inches tall, and with an attachment, it's about 8 inches from front to back. Now, you have a little bit of rubber feeling right here on your handles. It's gonna give you a little bit of a good grip while you're using it, which is really nice. Now, you'll have 5 different LED lights pop up right here when you turn it on. It's gonna signal what speed setting you're on. And right above this arrow right here, you're gonna have 3 LED lights. It's gonna signal how much battery life is left. So if this does die on you, remember, it's designed to last right around 2 hours. You can expect it to charge, take about 1.5 hours for it to fully charge and get that full battery life again. It weighs about 2.2 pounds. It's pretty lightweight. I mean, most massage guns are pretty lightweight, but yeah, it's about 2.2 pounds. You're not gonna get too fatigued while you're using it, which is really nice. Now, the attachments, some of my favorites that I've used in my past, they're pretty forgiving, they're a little bit foamy, but they're still firm, especially, this cone attachment and that thumb attachment right there. You're still gonna be able to work out those knots that you have. But if you do, on the off chance you hit a bone, they're not really gonna hurt, which is really nice. Plus you get this little travel bag right here, which I really like. You can fit everything in here, toss it in your bag, you can hit the road with no issues whatsoever. Okay, so let's transition to the Hypervolt 2 now. This is also made from really sturdy plastic, in my opinion. It feels really solid. I don't feel like it's gonna break if it falls out of my hands. Now, the handle diameter is also right around 6 inches. It's an oval shape with a rubber grip on here. I really like that. It's gonna give you, a solid grip while you're using it. It's about 9.5 inches tall, and with an attachment, it's a shade under 8 inches from front to back. Now, these attachments, for the most part, they're all made from a hard plastic, except for this ball attachment and this cushion attachment, which this one is probably my favorite out there. It's gonna be great for those sensitive areas, such as your neck and around your hands and your wrists. This is the one to go to right here. Now, instead of having a bag for you to toss your massage gun and all your attachments in, you only have a bag for the actual attachments, but it's still pretty nice. Keep everything in one specific spot. Now, despite it being, larger than the Theragun Prime, it's actually a little bit lighter. So the Hypervolt 2 weighs 1.8 pounds. It might not make that much of a difference, but it is in fact lighter. Now, if this does in fact die on you, it's gonna take you around 3 hours or so for it to fully charge. Remember, it has a 3-hour battery life, which is also, like the Theragun Prime, is going to change depending on what speed setting you have it on and how much pressure you're applying against your body. Now, I really like how you have a pressure sensor right here. So these 3 lights, once it's on that 3rd light, that's showing you like that's basically max pressure. You might need to dial it back a little bit. Now, you have 3 LED lights right here on the side. It's gonna show you what speed setting you're on, and to change the speed, it's actually the power button. So you're just gonna tap that power button. It's gonna cycle through the available speeds that you have. And instead of having LED lights up here to signal how much battery life is left, it's actually down here at the base of the handle. And as I mentioned, it's gonna cycle from green to yellow to orange to red as it starts to die on. On top of all of that, you also have a set of international outlet attachments for you to use. So that way, if you travel overseas, you can still charge this thing in another country, which is really cool. Now, the battery life here is supposed to last around 3 hours. And if it dies, I would expect it to take around 3 hours as well for it to fully charge. All right, so let's go ahead and do a walk around with both of these massage guns. I'm gonna start with the Hypervolt 2. Let's talk about the attachments first. As I mentioned, most of these are made from a hard plastic, minus this ball attachment and the cushion. I really like how you have some added versatility with your massages. Each individual attachment is meant for a specific region of your body, so that's really nice. Now, in terms of changing the attachment, it's really easy, as you may assume. Just simply pull out. It's gonna pop out for you. You can pop a new one in. Just push it in tight. You'll know when you can't just yank it out without actually trying that it's nice and secured. So turn it on. Just simply press and hold on this power button for a couple of seconds. You'll see this light come on down here. Now, I've been using mine, so it's not fully charged right now. So it's yellow, means I do need to charge it here soon, or else this is gonna turn to orange and then red and die on me. So that's your Bluetooth light right here. That blinking blue light means it's not paired up, but it will. Those are your pressure sensor LED lights right there. And then right here on the side, that's your speed setting. So to change the speed, just simply press the button. You'll see that light up. It's gonna kick in on you and cycle through. It's pretty loud. And then you just press and hold again to turn it off. Now, if this does die on you, simply plug it in down here at the base of the handle for a handful of hours, about 3 hours or so, and it's gonna be good to go for you. Now, if we transition over to the Theragun Prime, let's talk about the attachments again first. As I mentioned, these are a little bit more forgiving in my opinion, but they still pack a punch, right? Especially this cone attachment and the thumb attachment. They're gonna really target those deep tissue areas and really work out those knots that you may have. Now, when you go to turn the Theragun Prime on, it's gonna kick in right away. So we're gonna press and hold this power button right here in between these 2 speed changer buttons, and it cuts right on. Now, you press up on this up arrow right here. It's also pretty loud. It might be a little bit quieter though than the Hypervolt 2. Maybe something to think about. So if you're watching Netflix, you're watching whatever, I'm gonna turn the volume up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this down now. And this is fully charged at the moment. And we have all 3 LED lights lit up right here. It's gonna cycle all the way down to 1 until it dies on you. Now turn it off. Okay, so in terms of changing your attachments, it's pretty much the exact same thing as the Hypervolt 2. Simply pull out. You do wanna make sure that these beads right here on either side line up with the inside of your new attachment that you're going with. That way, nice and secured, it's not gonna fall out on you. If this massage gun dies on you, remember, battery life's right around 2 hours. Simply plug it in the front right here. It's gonna take about 1.5 hours for it to fully charge. Okay, so which massage gun should you buy? Well, honestly, y'all, you cannot go wrong with either one of these massage guns. They both offer powerful percussive massages to work out any soreness you may be experiencing. And in my opinion, they're also a great way to warm up before you exercise because they're gonna increase the blood flow in whatever region you're using them on. At the end of the day though, you just really need to consider, the features and what's gonna be make or break for you. So the Hypervolt 2 comes with an extra attachment and a longer battery life, but in my opinion, the Theragun Prime has more forgiving attachments 2 extra speed settings, and the companion app is a little bit more detailed. But once again, since they are the exact same price, you can't really go wrong with either one of these. Well, y'all, that's all I have for today's comparison on the Theragun Prime and the Hypervolt 2. Both of these massage guns are a great way to recover from any soreness you may be experiencing, as well as warming up before you exercise. They're essentially the same product. Both companies just went about it in a different way. Thanks for watching, y'all. I hope this video was really helpful, and I was able to show you exactly what to expect with both of these massage guns, as well as maybe help you make that decision on which one to go with. As always, stay tuned for my next video, but for now, head over to barbend.com. You can read more about this comparison right here. Just type in BarBend Theragun Prime versus Hypervolt 2 review, and you can read all the details that I discussed here today. I'll see y'all next time.